successful, becoming happy in every arena of life. The good thing about it is it's reachable and achievable for almost every single person on the planet. And the few things that are keeping people from success and happiness are easily defined into a very small group. And if you can get those things, those core things going, that from there you can build your house, you can build success, you can build happiness. And one of those things I refer to as layers. I started when I was 17, 18 years old studying human psychology. While I was getting D-minuses in high school, I was reading books, 600, 700, 800-page college manuscripts on hypnosis and human psychology, and delving into the things of the human psyche. People figure out very quickly that working against the weaknesses of people is much easier and serves your agenda faster than helping someone build on their strengths. And so everything that we teach is exactly opposite of that. So even though I had a foundation of manipulation, everything we do now is with the lights turned on. We show, even when I do a sales stack, which we did in the last event, I actually show you why we do the stack. You know, if I'm going to sell you something, I'm going to show you the psychology behind the sale as I'm selling you stuff. Because I don't want you to do stuff because I found your weak point and you bought in for that reason. I won't have people follow or listen or purchase for that reason. I want the human engagement to be based on you deciding that this is the right thing for you out of maturity, out of insight, out of intellect. You know, the bad side of that is you don't have the quick sale. You don't have the volume of sale that you would in an organization when you go out there and we call blow in, blow up, and blow out. You know, the used car salesman or the snake oil salesman, you know, the guy who would come in, tell a story, and get all your money and leave. You know, you don't have that. But what we do have is the potential for longevity. What we do have with this kind of sale is you might not necessarily be the first guy to $1 million, but 20 years from now, you get the same people following you that were following you 20 years ago. And with that kind of longevity, you can build and change anything. You can actually change the world. So, and depending on the level of layers, you become more static. It becomes less clear to understand. You've had these conversations where you're saying English words to an English-speaking person, and you can tell before your words even make it halfway through the room, they can't hear a word you're saying. They're being filtered through their layers. They're being filtered through the story that you're going to hurt them, you're going to abandon them, there's some kind of story that's being told. So the way for you to get free from your layers is to evaluate. You have to separate yourself and say, what is it that I'm doing that causes that feeling? What are the environments? And it's usually easy to pick out people that bother you. Who's the person that bothers you the most? What personality type really bothers you? What situation or scenario? Where do you feel the most afraid? Where do you feel the most angry? Whether it's a political scenario or a religious scenario or a personal scenario or your brother-in-law or your sister or whatever, find that person in your life that causes that hair to stand up in the back of your neck. And then sit down with that emotion and that thought and that person, whether it's a business or a person, and think about it and say, what is it that's secondary? Why do I feel that? Because here we are full adults, and we're responding as 9-year-old little kids because someone offended us or hurt us or slapped us or abused us when we were little. And so today we're layering pain. We're hiding from the pain by putting some other emotion, and there's so many of them. Almost any emotion in the world can cover up that pain. And then you cover up that emotion because that's not pleasant either. So you cover it up with this one, and then you cover it up with denial or avoidance or frustration or anger or those external manifestations. So the things that you have in your life, before you can help other people with their layers, you need to resolve your own. If you don't, then their layers will manifest yours. You're going to be slapping each other around. As they're talking and you're trying to help them, they're going to say something to get you off track because they can. They have power to take you out. So the best way to do it is find out what are those scenarios, whether it's in business and customer service or it's in the driving down the road. What is it that traffic bothers you so much? Why is it such a painful thing? What is it that's causing you to be so angry? And when you realize that anger is not a primary motivation, you just look at it for a second and you probably can figure it out. And so resolve the layers.